the Indianapolis 500. Since its first race in 1911, it has been captivating hearts and minds of race fans all over the world. The Indianapolis 500 and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway have become synonymous with racing excellence. From innovative cars to record-breaking drivers, Indianapolis is constantly taking racing into a new era. As a native Hoosier, I have such fond memories of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as far back as I can remember. And now that I live in the shadow of this legendary track, there's no better time to get the grill out in the hot sun and burn things up. So join us here at our crazy kitchen for a special event, OCK Race Day Edition.
Clark, so we are keeping our fingers crossed. We're going to talk to them all, just ask him who their pick is to win it all today. We're going to talk to him about the Indy.
Now that I'm properly caffeinated, it's time to throw some rib rub on our spare rib. I'm using Famous Dave's rib rub. It's totally fine for if you already have your own rib rub to use. This is what I use. I love it. It's the perfect spice blend, and it's great on ribs. Stepping out first thing in the morning really gives you a sense of how big an event this really is. Nevertheless, I got my coals going, I got my ribs on over indirect heat. I do have 2 slabs of ribs there. Hopefully one will base the other one, and I'll just keep alternating and switching and turning so to get an even cook. But I got a long day of cooking ahead of me, so I throw on my cast iron skillet over the hot coals and a couple slices of bacon. Not necessarily healthy cooking, but I throw in 8 eggs to that bacon grease and scramble up some breakfast for the family. Hey, it's race day. After I clean out the skillet, it's time to make the beans. I throw in 2 pieces of chopped bacon into my cast iron skillet to render the fat. Now to that bacon, I'm throwing in 1/2 of diced white onion and about 1/2 of diced green bell pepper. because it's race day doesn't mean you stop being a dad. So I had to take a break from cooking and put up Princess's tent. She played in there for about 2 minutes. Back to the beans. Now that the onions and bell peppers have sauteed, I'm throwing in 1 can of cooked pinto beans. Also drain them. That's about 1 pound. Now I want to add a little more flavor to these beans, so I'm adding in 1 whole container of Lloyd's pulled pork and barbecue sauce. Well, the ribs are coming along nicely. So next I threw on some marinated carne asada. At my house, if you got the grill going, you gotta have some tacos.
When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana. Race fans, welcome back home.
I think they're coming in.
Yeah, right there. In the middle.
Yep.
Oh.
Man, we barely even see it.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
33 cars roar to life here on the main straightaway.
Race fans
standing on their feet, coming together to root on their heroes on this day.
Now that the race has started, I threw on some marinated cross-cut beef ribs. These are my wife's favorite, and for good reason. With the bone in, they marrow kind of base everything and just gives it such a rich, wonderful flavor. I definitely recommend this for your next cookout if you've never tried it. I also threw on some hot dogs and corn, but I didn't get a chance to record it as I've had my share of cold lagers throughout the day, as well as managing these ribs, make sure every part of each slab gets cooked, and also hooking up a garden hose, inflating and filling a couple kiddie pools, Things got a little hectic, so stuff got left out. But it was all well worth it. Here is the finished result. Some wonderful pulled pork, pinto beans, wonderful slow cooked ribs, some grilled corn, some carne asada right there in the back. All in all, I gotta say it was a great race day. Light it.
Can't breathe. Damn, man.
Light that thing, man. Oh, man. Oh, I meant.